Welcome back to the Yamaha Whitetail Diaries with Wade Middleton. With Jessica's whitetail hunt wrapped up, let's go see how Emily's first morning went.
We had a good morning this morning. Before even first light, we had some hogs coming in. Shortly after, we had a nice young buck come in. He was feeding for a while. We had some does and fawns come in. They hung out for a long time too, and so overall pretty good morning with lots of action.
Hey, another tool that Emily is using is the Thompson Center Encore Pro Hunter, which she's taken to the range to look things over one more time before her next hunt.
So I was using the Thompson Center Encore 308. I had never shot one before, and the single shot rifle, so that was new for me too. It was good to get out on the range and just get a shot off, make sure I feel comfortable with it, had a good fit, and I was able to go out into the field confidently and shoot that, and a lot of fun. So we were in some tripod stands this morning, saw some deer. We're going to try out a new spot for the evening. We're getting in pretty early, but the weather has cleared up, so the deer might be moving a little bit later. We're going to be in a box stand, and there's been a lot of deer movement there on trail camera. We got to look at a really nice 9-pointer, so we're hoping he comes through tonight, but either way, we're hoping to see a lot of nice deer.
Emily is ready for her afternoon hunt in a new area that's seen plenty of action.
Headed in early to the spot that Wade was really excited about that afternoon. He had some great bucks on trail camera. We were actually able to pick a target that we were really hoping to find, a nice 9-pointer. Within about 5 minutes of getting in our stand, we saw a doe come in, followed by a nice buck. Wasn't exactly what we were looking for, but he was a really nice buck, and I'm sure he'll be great in another year or so. And they just started pouring in after that, several different bucks, and then we spotted that 9-pointer that we were waiting for. So he was being a little difficult, hiding behind some brush. Actually difficult to keep track of which buck is which is an awesome problem to have. So there was a really nice 8-pointer, but we were excited about the 9-pointer, a little bit of a different rack with that kicker on his G2. So that's the one we decided I was gonna go with, and waited for him to come out into the open. And once he got there, he was not broadside, he was facing us feeding, and then he started to turn a little bit and deer got behind him, and it was back and forth like that for a while. I was getting very anxious. Sun was shining in my eyes, so it made it tough to see through the scope, and so after a while, he finally presented me with the perfect shot. Are we good? Good. Did I hit him? He stopped, didn't he?
I'm not sure. I lost him in the trees over here.
Was it a good shot?
I think, truthfully, I have to go back and look. He flinched. It looked at aiming on his shoulder.
I thought so. I mean, like right behind the shoulder.
Right behind the shoulder, yeah. That was pretty intense.
Oh my gosh, I was definitely shaking.
What do you think?
Oh my gosh. That was the longest however many minutes of my life. I took the shot, I felt good about it, but immediately I looked up. We saw him go behind some thick brush and some trees, and a bunch of deer took off, and we didn't see him come out, but we weren't sure. So rather than push him if he was hurt and not down, we decided to quietly back out of there. We came back to camp and reviewed the film, and it looked like it was in fact a pretty good shot. So we headed back out with Mike from camp, and we were prepared to track him. Got out there. We're looking for exactly where I shot him, looking for some sign of blood. Oh.
He went 30 feet.
Oh. Oh. That was a short one, huh? Oh, thank goodness. Oh, we got him. All right, so this is the 9-pointer we had seen on the trail camera. Really nice buck. We had it several bucks come in trying to make the choice, and glad we waited for this guy. He was really nervous after the shot because he didn't drop. But we reviewed the footage and it was going to be a good shot, so we came out here and sure enough, he was right where we thought he dropped. Yeah, there's so much that has to come together between the weather and, you know, the deer movement and just, you know, one deer not being behind another. There's so many things that have to come together. The culmination of all that work that, you know, Wade and the guides here have put in to, you know, keeping track of the deer on trail cameras and scouting things, and, you know, we've been practicing shooting or different things like that. So it's all that hard work and excitement comes together in one moment, and it's just a blast when it all comes together.
Congratulations, Emily, on a great entry into the Yamaha Whitetail Diaries.